Hello everyone, and today I'm here with the continuation of our chapter, that is statistical diagram, and today's topic is dot diagram and stem and leaf diagram. And to understand these topics, I have made some questions, and I'll be discussing those questions along with these diagrams, how to draw them and how to show the data on it. So let's begin. So here's question number one, that the diagram shows the masses in kg of 16 bags of rice. So there are 16 bag of rice and these are kgs, that is 43 kgs, 30 kgs, 26 kgs and so on. So see, there are 16 bags and we need to represent our data on a dot diagram. So how we draw a dot diagram, that firstly we draw a straight line and we make a number line of maybe a 5 unit gap, that is 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 and 45, and I have make a mark in between them as well. So I need to represent 43 on this diagram. First of all, we need to understand that we have the smallest value as 15 and the largest value as 43. So we have drawn till 45. We may exceed these numbers, that we may draw till 50 and we may start from 0, but that is not an issue, but that won't be a required part in our diagram. That would remain unused. So I have made the diagram as small as possible, and all the points can be represented in this diagram. So first of all, we will represent this 43. So we will go here, that is, this is 40, this is 41, 42 and 43. So here's a spot for 43. After that we go to the other number, that is 30. We will make a mark at 30, and we will complete all these values like this. And if we have a similar value more than once, so we will make a spot over it, and this is how we obtain a dot diagram. And this dot diagram, it is easy to understand that which value is repeated the most, that the 36 kg bag is repeated the most, that is 4 times. Then part B, it is asking that what is the mass of the lightest bag of rice. So now we don't need to go in this table and find the numbers, we can just see that these spots and we can just answer these questions. So what is the mass of the lightest bag of the rice? That is 15 kg. Very simple. And when I talk about what is the most common mass, so I can see that this is the most common mass because it has 4 bags of same mass, that is 36. After that it is 25 of 3 bags. So my answer is 36, as we have 4 bags and the most bags filled of the same mass. After that, bag of rice with a mass of less than 30 kgs have to be refilled. So in this company, this is something like rice company, and they have made 16 bags, and they said that they need to refill those bags which has a mass less than 30. So the less than 30 marks are these one. So this is 26 kg, this is 25 kgs, 3 kgs, 20 kgs and 15 kgs. So I will count them, how many are they, and they need to be refilled. So this is 1, this is 3, 4, this is 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So there are a total of 9 bags that are need to be refilled. So let's look at another question, that the dot diagram is represented here. In this question, the dot diagram represents the time taken in minutes for a group of people to complete the questionnaire. So we have data for the number of people that are attempting a questionnaire, and they have attempted it in about 14 minutes latest and 1 minute earliest. So my first question is that what was the most common time taken. So we can see this, the most common time taken is this 1 minute. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 people attempted this questionnaires in 1 minute and have completed it. So my answer is 1 for the most common time taken. For the part B, find the difference between the shortest and the longest time taken to complete the questionnaire. So the shortest time is 1 minute and the longest time, you can see this is 14 minutes. So the difference is 14 minus 1, that is 13 minutes. So here it is, the shortest time is 1 minute, longest time is 14 minutes, and the difference turns out to be 13 minutes. Other than that, question number 3 is, part 3 is, find the total number of people who completed the questionnaires. So these are the people who completed the questionnaires after 15 minutes. No answer was accepted. So we can count these dots and we can say that these are the number of people who completed the questionnaires. So these are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 and 31. So there are total of 31 persons who attempted the questionnaires and completed it. So we have add these up and we have got the value as 31. After that, we need to find the ratio of the number of people who took 10 minutes or longer to complete the questionnaires to the total number of people who have completed the questionnaires. So these are the number of people who completed the questionnaires, and when we talk about the person who take 10 or longer, these are the number of people who took 10 minutes or longer. So these are 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So a total of 11 people who did questionnaires in 10 or longer, and out of the 31. So we can write it in the ratio form, that is 11 ratio 31. So this is the same step which I counted, and these are the same numbers. So this would be the ratio 11 ratio 31. So let's move to question number 3. The table shows the time taken in hours for 20 students to complete their social studies project. So these are the time, and now we need to represent the data in the form of stem and leaf diagram. How to represent the data in the form of stem and leaf diagram is shown here. So that first of all we will find the value, the smallest value, that is 2.5, and the largest value, which is 7.5. So we have made the stem, that is from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 line wise, and when we talk about the leaf, we can add the decimal value in the leaf. So in this we have made a key that this is 2 and this slash represents the decimal, and after this line it is a decimal value, that means this is 2.5. This can be written as a different number as well, that when if we talk about a number that is 2-digit number, when we talk about 21 and 23 and 25, we can write stem as 2, and 3 and 5 can be written in the leaf. This would be shown a bit later in this video. So we have plotted this, that this is 3.5, so it is 3 and 0.5 is 5 is here. So they have arranged it first and then they have plotted it. So here it is 2.5, so this is 2 and 0.5, then 2.8, so this is 2 and 8, and there's 2 times 2.8, here it is 2.8 as well. So we need to rearrange the data first in the ascending order, and then we can fill it very easily. This is how you obtain this stem and leaf diagram. So this is 2.5, 2.8, 2.8, 3.3, 3.5, 3.5, 3.6 and so on the values. Now the second part says that find the percentage of students who spent less than 3 hours to complete their project. So we need to know that how many people completed the project in less than 3 hours. So when we talk about less than 3 hours, that means these are the 3 people that completed in 2.5, 2.8 and 2.8. So there are 3 people who completed the project in less than 3 hours, and out of the 20 students, so these are the 20 out of 20 students into 100 to convert it into percentage, and we have simplified to obtain the 15% students completed it in a time less than 3 hours. The reason why I didn't took this row is this is 3.3, that means it exceeds 3 hours. So we will take only the previous ones. For the third part, student who spent more than 6 hours to complete their project had 2 marks deducted. So we need to know that how many people have a deduction of 2 marks. So we need to know a student who spent more than 6 hours. So more than 6 hours, we can see that these are all the students who are more than 6 hours. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, so there are 7 students out of the 20. They have the deduction of 2 marks, and we need to write it in the form of fractions, so we have written it in a form of fractions. So looking at question number 4, this is the table, and we need to represent this on a dot diagram. So now we can have a number, the least number, we can find a least number, we can find a greatest number, and we can make this diagram from 17 to 23, and these all values are plotted with the help of the spots. So this is when I talk about this 17, so 17 is here. When I talk about 18, there are two 18s, so we have plotted 2 dots, and so on. This is plotted. Find the percentage of temperature recorded that are at most 20 degrees. So we need to find the temperature at most 20 degrees, the percentage. So we have found the percentage that there are 12 times the temperature that is the temperature is recorded are at most 20 degrees. That means that they are near to 20 degrees out of the 12 other number of percentages, number of degrees which are close to 20 out of the total 20 values into 100. So we have obtained that 60%. After that, we need to find the we need to comment on the distribution of the data. So we can see this that this is the data between 17 to 23. That means that minimum temperature goes to 17 and the maximum temperature goes to 23. And this seems like a symmetric data that over the range of 20, that this is showing the same pattern. 19 has 5 values, 21 has 5 values. This has 2, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 1. So this is something like a symmetric value, and the most repeated values are 21 and 19. So you can mention all these points. I've just written that the average daily temperature of a city in autumn for 20 days, these are 20 days, that ranges from 17 to 23 degree. The temperature is symmetric to 20 degrees. So looking at question number 5, this is 22 preschoolers. They have their attention span time is recorded on a form of on a dot diagram, and this shows that this is 4.0, 4.1. This is these are the values such so. So what is the most common attention span? So most common I've asked the most common one. So this seems the most common one, as this is most repeated, and this turns to be 5.1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is 5.4. This is 5.4, and this is given in minutes. So this is 5.4 minutes. That is the most common time span. In part B, we have asked that a preschooler is chosen at random. Find the probability that the attention span of the preschooler is not more than 5.5 minutes. So when I talk about not more than 5.5 minutes, so less than 5.5 minutes are all included over when we divide it by 22, that is the total, to obtain the probability. So this is 12 over 22, and we have cancelled it in the table of 2, and to obtain 6 over 11 as the simplest fraction. Then we need to again briefly describe the distribution of the data. We need to comment on the data. So we can say that 5.4 is the most common repeated time. Most students have an attending span of 5.4, and when we talk about the 22 preschoolers, they have a attention span from 4 till 7 minutes. So this is written over here. So this is how we plot a stem and leaf diagram and dot diagram, and this is how we solve a dot diagram and stem and leaf diagram given to the appropriate question, and make an understanding of how to interpret data more easily. So we are now up for today, and if you have any query, please comment below. Thank you.